Hi, this is Jana and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are making our favorite lemon chicken. We kind of make it the Asian way. And so this has been a family favorite for 30 plus years in our house. And so I'm making a big batch today, but the regular recipe will be in the description box below. And so I've got a half a cup of olive oil in my pan, and I just added 2 tablespoons of real butter. And you can find these I know at Walmart and Sam's Club and probably a host of other stores. I tried to find them that we used to use Schwann's for decades, but they aren't a company anymore. So anyway, they're lightly breaded. These are lightly breaded and seasoned very lightly. And there's that's what they are. It's just bare, lightly breaded chicken breast bites. And I'm sure you can find other brands too, but I have tried this and it's the closest to what we used to use when we bought them from Schwann's. And because they're not heavily breaded, even though they kind of look like it in the pan right now, you'll see as they cook. And so I'm just going to brown, they're already fully cooked. Let me see here. Yeah, like air fryer, 8 minutes, oven, 23 minutes. So maybe they aren't completely cooked. But anyway, we're going to cook them anyway. Even the other ones that I used to use were fully cooked, but I always cooked them anyway. So I've got a half, like I said, in the regular recipe, it's a half a cup of oil and 2 tablespoons of butter. And I've got a little bit more in here because I'm making a bigger batch, but you'll use what I tell you. And so over here in the corner, I have rice cooking. I use a medium grain rice because that's what I like, but if you like whatever, if you like long grain rice or short grain rice or you know, whatever basmati, whatever your favorite rice is, cook some rice up for your family. And I'm going to cook these and we will be back because I'm going to turn them around. I'm going to watch them real close and fit them all down here into the oil. And that'll get easier here as they're starting to thaw. There, see? It all got down into my big pan. I've got a 7-quart pan here because I'm going to be adding a lot of liquid and things to it too. And I've got 3 or 4, Aaron, did you do 4 diced onions or 3?
I did 3 for the bowl.
Okay. We did 3 medium-sized onions and sliced them all up. And so we're going to be taking the chicken out after it's cooked, and then we're going to be adding the onions back in. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, these have been in here for about 15 minutes. I've changed them and turned them as they're starting to brown, and so you get them to be about, you know, just a medium brown so that they're cooked on both sides. And it takes a little bit, you know, because I have a lot in the pan, and all depends upon how big of a batch you're making and how big your pan is. And so I just wanted you to know as they get done, I take them out, and I've got a bowl here next to the stove that's heat safe, and I put the chicken bites into that bowl, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to cook the onions when these are all done. So I just wanted you to know you don't have to keep them all in there while they're browning as they get finished, because there's different sizes and positions on your stove, etc. And so that is a lot of olive oil, but it really helps to make the sauce, and the onions are going to soak up
A good chunk of it.
a good chunk of it. But we really, you know, it's kind of like adding butter to make a sauce or whatever. And this is a lot of servings. This is going to be, this batch will probably do a family of 4 for at least 2 meals. You know, 8 servings. And it freezes good.
That we eat leftovers.
And yeah, we eat lots of leftovers at our house because Erin does shift work, and so she works odd hours. So this will be her lunch for probably 3 or 4 days, plus our meals. So anyway, all right, we'll be back as this gets complete. Okay, just taking out the last of our chicken bites here. These are white chicken chunks. And now Erin's got the onions. She was my sous chef today. I was doing some other stuff. And so here we're adding in our raw onion, and this happens to be a yellow or sweet onion. And you can do like 2, for a regular size batch, do 2 large onions or 3 mediums.
But this is our favorite part.
But we love the onion part of it because it's part of that sauce, and they cook way down. And so I'm going to just cook them down. I'm going to now put my lid on them, and that'll help steam them down faster.
We do it until they're like see-through.
Yeah, we want to cook them until soft.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be adding some broth to it. So I don't wait real long to add my broth, but we're just going to get them starting to soften here. I'm going to put my lid on and turn my heat down. And so we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alrighty. Woo! All over Erin's camera. Steam. Okay, so we have got our onions softened. You can see the onions are nice and soft.
Translucent.
Yeah, there you go, Erin. Translucent. She knows. Well, she's had this most of her life. Now, you can do 2 things. You can do, if you like spicy, you can add cayenne pepper. You can add some crushed red pepper. I've done both. Most of the time we do cayenne at this house, but you can add that if you want, but you don't have to. And so I have 4 cups of unsalted chicken broth, stock, but you can use more chicken broth, whatever you have. And since I'm making a big box, don't look at this. I'm adding a half a box of more because Erin loves
The sauce.
the extra sauce, she calls it. And so that is one of our favorite parts. And so here is where I start to do a couple of things. The Knorr, here, you want to grab that box? I forgot to grab the box. I like the Knorr brand for the flavor for this dish. It's Knorr Boullion cubes. You can find them at most every grocery store. Sometimes it's in the Mexican aisle, Mexican food, or buy soups and stocks. And so add 2 of those to your regular size batch. Of course, you're going to see me add more because I'm making a bigger batch. And by the way, I just did a price comparison for that 3 pounds of those chicken bites, white chicken bites, 3 pounds. It was $12.98 at Sam's Club for that huge batch that I just cooked. And at our local grocery store, I didn't look at Walmart, but the Publix grocery store was only a pound and a half for $16. So if you're a member of Sam's Club, it's definitely a good deal. But listen, if you went to Chick-fil-A or through Burger King or Sonic, for one person, you're going to be paying $15. So, I mean, this is going to give you lots of meals. And plus a couple of onions, and they're cheap. Still, thank goodness. And so, that's kind of important. This is a really good dish for families because, like I said, you cook once on the weekend or whatever. Even on a weeknight, it doesn't take long. Now I'm going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper here. We'll adjust that as we taste it. We always say, what do we say here?
You can always add, but you can't remove. That's
right. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. And so we're going to add back our chicken. Oopsie daisy. And there's our cooked chicken now. We're going to add that back in because the breading on this chicken helps to develop the sauce and thicken it because everything's already cooked that's in there. Now we're making our sauce. And so that's all I do right now.
Forgot the lemon.
Huh?
Forgot the lemon.
Forgot the lemon for our lemon chicken.
I just noticed that.
Oh my goodness, Erin, how could I forget lemon for the lemon chicken?
I just noticed. I'm like, wait a minute. I think we're supposed to put that in before the chicken.
Okay, once again, this is to taste. I have 3 tablespoons of it in my recipe. 3 tablespoons, a quarter cup, third cup, but you add it slowly and you taste it to your family's liking. That's very important, okay? And Erin is a lemon girl. She loves her lemon.
Love it.
And so, of course, you just saw me add more because it's to taste. And so
You gotta stir it.
it's gonna boil right on in there. And so we're gonna cover this for just a few more minutes. We don't want it to boil over. My rice is done in the back there. Woo, that's a lot of rice, but guess what? We feed our dogs some rice too.
As a little treat.
Yeah, as a little extra scoop here and there. So I'm gonna cover this just for a couple minutes and then I'll take it off, and then that sauce is gonna reduce beautifully. So we will be back. Okay, we're back, and you can see that a nice rich gravy has come out of simmering this with probably about, what, 15-20 minutes there?
About that.
Yeah, depending on your stove and your pans, it changes. And you want the sauce. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want, but that's about right. And then the breading on the chicken, like when you warm it up tomorrow, it's gonna have less sauce even.
Yeah.
So we always make extra sauce.
The chicken will absorb it.
Yeah, the chicken's gonna absorb it. You're gonna go, dang, I want some more sauce. So I've got my rice over here ready to go. And so we've got our rice. And I'm gonna grab a different spoon here. There it is, right in front of me. Huh. And so we're going to, look at those onions are beautifully softened. I like big one, little, the smaller little chicken bites. And then to serve it, Erin's got her extra sauce going back there. To serve it, to make it extra pretty, you can put some lemon wedges on the top of it like that. I think one looks perfect. And wipe off my plate. That looks like a huge serving on the camera, but it's not that bad. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 small chicken nuggets and then some sauce. I thank you for stopping by my kitchen. And remember to taste it and adjust the seasonings. If you want more lemon, if you want more pepper, you can put chili oil in. You can use chili crisp if you like spicy, whatever you like.
Experiment.
Yeah, this is so good. But like I said, we've made it forever. So thank you for stopping by my kitchen. I can't wait to eat. Thanks.